I wanted to tell you that I play the piano by ear, which I have ever since I was 5 years old. And sometimes I remember songs sometimes I remember by hearing the sound in my head, or sometimes it's just simply because of the rhythm and placement of my hands and fingers. And that's kind of like with passwords on my phone. Like, I could not know the number, but like just by the rhythm and tapping off my fingers, that's what I remember. So with the piano, I can't read the music. I can just know by the sounds what goes together and what sounds good. And when I was that young child, I was just incredibly fascinated with the piano. Um, Whenever my mum played the piano, I was just in awe, and the music really moved me. And I just thought, like, I want to do that. I want to be able to make songs like that. And I guess I just, I could hear like a story in the melody, and it was just all emotion without words. And I guess at that age, because I didn't have a voice as well, I guess that was a way of like expressing myself, like what was inside. I've always been that way with art. Um, I've always found it difficult to express myself in person, and so I guess an outlet for me was through art and music and writing. The thing about me is I can be like really stupid in some areas, and in other areas I can be, quite smart. But there are times when I can just come across as completely stupid because it might be partly because of my ADD. Like, with in my head, it might not like sound like it when I'm talking, but in my head it's quite jumbled, and so usually my thoughts just go from one thing to another, like constantly in quick flashes, and so sometimes it's not all the time, but sometimes when I'm talking, it's like hard to concentrate because I'm trying to order and sort my thoughts out in my head. And that's why I like writing, because it's easier to like organize your thoughts and stuff and express yourself properly. So with like my thoughts, how they just jump from one thing to another, and like just goes from one association to the next association. And so I think that's how with poetry I come up with like metaphors, because my brain makes these connections, and through the way my brain just jumps around and is jumbled up. And I'm not sure if I mentioned my ADHD, but I think everyone does this to some degree, but I'm like constantly doing it. Like, I get things mixed up all the time. Like, my cigarettes, like for example, my cigarettes are called like Albany, Virginia. And when I went to get a packet the other day, I said, "Can I get a packet of Virginia Wolf?" And then I realized I meant like a packet of Virginia Albany sort of thing. And so that sort of thing. Just can't think right now of other times. I know there's other times, but also I'm also sometimes misplace things. One time I put my house keys in the fridge on the top shelf, and I might have been dissociating a bit, but I was looking for my keys, I couldn't find them, and I didn't know where I put them, and then I was like, I went to get something out of the fridge like a drink, and then I just saw my keys on the top shelf. And again, I know to some degree probably everyone gets like that sometimes, but there can be times where I'm just doing that sort of thing all the time. And I think like maybe through dissociation, it's like I do something, and it might be because I'm just deep in thought or something, but like if I have a smoke outside and go back into the house, suddenly like the clang of the door will make me wake up from, I guess, the dissociation and stuff and being deep in thought. And then I think, did I butt my cigarette out? And that sort of thing. And I'll have to go back to where I was smoking and check if I butted it out and that sort of thing.